Hi Cassie, it's Keisha. I'm going to try to go over your writing piece here. For some reason, Screencast would not work on my computer, so I'm using a different computer. Right here I've highlighted the next time you're around a group of 5 or 6-year-old children, watch them play and listen. You will be amazed at the ideas they dream up. That is so true. This reminds me of when I was student teaching. I student taught in kindergarten, and it was amazing. The things that they talked about and discussed, and during playtime and anytime. Here I've highlighted in gray because they are so new to the scene of writing. Whatever the reason, I've never been able to bridge the gap. That is very difficult. I still have a really hard time with that with my second graders. Here in green, the author stresses the importance of allowing students to choose the topics they want to write in their writing, and I think that is so important, to allow students to choose their own topics, what they want to write about. I think it's more personal, and I think it's their best pieces of writing come from something that they choose, that they have input on. Desk work inspired by world work. This world work is experience the students have in the real world, and although your students are only kindergarten students, they still have experiences. And I can remember when I read this from Katie Raywood's book as well. And I actually took that into my own writing piece this week, and used that for my own students' writing workshops. I decided to use an adapted version of this strategy instead of writing in their notebooks away from the classroom. I chose to have my students write in their notebooks while in class for this introductory lesson, to bring a little of the world into our classroom. I decided to supply the students with magazines, storybooks, and pictures to help them find ideas to add to their writing notebooks. I think by doing this, that was a really good idea, because students were able to look through the magazines and find things that they could relate to. Like you said, they are in kindergarten and they've not had a lot of experiences yet. And I always find that when my students take their writing notebooks home, the parents end up doing most of the work. It's more their ideas than it is the students. So I think that allowing the students to write in the classroom at this age was probably for the best. I really liked the I don't know what to write about. I knew that they were testing me, trying to see if I would give up and tell them what to write about, as I'd done in the past. However, I was relentless. Each time a student would ask me, "What do I write?" I would simply instruct them to look through the resources provided and simply write down whatever they enjoyed looking at or reading about. Eventually, they came up with the notion that I was going to give them an idea and began to really search through the supplies I had provided. It is so easy as a teacher to give in sometimes, because you want to help them, and I think sometimes it's easy to help them too much by providing them with everything. not only resources, but just simply instruct them on what to do. And I think that's really good that you did not give in to them, and you were relentless. I like princesses. I'm going to draw one in my notebook. His writing was accompanied with a drawing of an elephant, a tiger, popcorn, and cotton candy. These little things your students was able to find a connection with, and it also goes back to your standard about finding events and experiences, and using narrative techniques and dialogue descriptions, and not only the standard that you have in your author's agenda, but as I looked over your K-TIP lesson plan that you did with this activity, that was your standard, your kindergarten writing standard, that students would be able to do those things. I highlighted this in pink. I just thought this was really cute because not only what the student was saying, but how you did an excellent job questioning the student. And although the questions don't seem that relevant, they really are higher level questioning techniques for kindergarten students. And I like how you use those questions to help that student. And once again, his writing was accompanied with a drawing of an elephant, tiger, popcorn. So not only did he write about the circus, he also drew pictures and dictated that, and that was your standard in your lesson plan, that your students would be able to do that. What do you like about it, and do you know anyone who has a chart? Yeah, I like it. A lot of students can say they like something. They may not know why they like it, but they do, and that's okay if they can't always tell us the reasons that it's important to them and they like it. And like you said, Ray explained in her textbook that we can't hold students the same all the same standards in writing, and I think that goes for all standards, not just in writing. I think for any subject, math, reading, science, social studies, whatever it may be, I think that students should be assessed on their own growth and what they can do personally, and see how they progress, not just based on same age peers all the time. But after reviewing the students' completed work, I feel my next step should be to include some focused lessons on grammar, particularly capitalization, punctuation. The students' writing would benefit from these lessons. Also, during my next writing lesson, I will speak to the students about the topics each of them decided to write about from their notebooks, and focus on showing them how to extend the topics they wrote about in their notebooks. You did an excellent job stating what your goals are, what your next steps are, and so it was obvious that you had evaluated your students' work and was able to see what they needed to work on and set goals for the future. Cassie, I thought you did a really good job with your writing assignment, and good luck, and I hope you have a wonderful week.